Alright guys, so this is another comic that was sent to me by my good friend Chris. He sent me two other books. One was a surprise, two I knew that were coming, and this was one of them. And he's informed me that more are soon on the way. But this is something I wanted to read because A, it's my favorite Marvel character, and B, it's my favorite writer writing my favorite character. And yeah, this is a fascinating comic. We're going to be talking about Hulk, Volume 1, Smashtronaut. So, written by Donny Cates with artwork by Ryan Ottley. And yeah, so this comic, for those who don't know, this is, obviously Donny Cates had big shoes to fill because this is the comic that comes off of Immortal Hulk, which was a huge deal. Like, it goes out saying that Immortal Hulk was one of the biggest comics at the time. Like, for its 50-issue run, it had this just massive following, and like Hulk was outselling Batman and several DC comics and several Marvel books too. That was a seminal run. So you can imagine that Donny Cates probably had big shoes to fill after Al Ewing left. And it's kind of funny because Al Ewing went to go write Venom and Donny Cates went to go write Hulk. It's like they traded. So this comic, it had, like I said, some very big shoes to fill in terms of that. Now, this comic basically sets up that the Hulk is fleeing after something that happened in El Paso where several people were killed by the Hulk. And fed up with the Hulk, Banner has more or less stolen AIM technology and, for lack of a better word, turned the Hulk's mindscape into a starship. Yeah, so the Hulk is basically a spaceship here, and they treat it like a... Sidebar, I kind of want to see how Donny Cates would write a Star Trek comic. I really want to write... I really would love to see him write a Star Trek... I kind of want to see what his take on a Star Trek book would be. So, this comic... It's kind of cool that I think Donny Cates knew what he was doing when he had Ryan Ottley take over... Ryan Ottley do artwork with Donny Cates, because this is straight up one of the most violent Hulk comics I've read in a long time. This is straight up one of the most brutal, violent, and just all-out, just bloody Hulk comic. I can't believe, like, there are the scenes in here where I'm like, how did they get away with that? Like, how did they get away with that in the censors? Because there's just, I can't show you it, but really, like, there's just stuff in here where the Hulk is just, tearing his way through people, like, literally tearing his way through people. And how the Hulk, how Banner controls the Hulk is that he's trapped the Hulk persona in what he calls the engine room and just throws shit at him constantly to make him mad and madder and madder, and that fuels the Hulk body he's controlling and speaking through. And one of those is this giant, this 100-foot tall Wolverine that he uses to fight. And Hulk goes, if you've ever played God of War, Hulk straight up pulls like a Kratos finishing move to take out this opponent. Like, he straight up goes full Kratos on the on this opponent. Now, the first issue, I think we all know, because it was kind of like a big deal, was that it was a really cool Hulk Iron Man fight, and probably one of the most volatile Hulk Iron Man fights I've seen in a while. Then we get to the main story where Banner, as he's traveling through time and space, is pulled in by some unknown energy and pulled to another Earth, where he encounters himself, and in that version of Bruce Banner tells him, look, when I detonated the gamma bomb, the whole world got infected with gamma radiation, and now it's just total chaos because Thunderbolt Ross is the president, and he's insane and is terrifying. So, and we get some really cool stuff and some really dark stuff too. Like did anyone like ask Donny Cates to go, whoa? Like, I know Venom really pushed some boundaries, but this one, like this and the upcoming Hulk Thor event, which that's volume 2 of this comic, as well as volume 5 of Thor. Yeah, did anyone go, whoa, dude, you need to calm down? Because, like I said, this is one of the most violent comics I've read in a while. I really like in here that Banner is trying to regain control of himself, and also Banner himself is like having a mantra to calm himself down. I really do dig that. I'm surprised no one... I think Peter David once did that for a hot minute, but I don't think it's been really played at that much. I also really, like I said, Ryan Ottley's artwork. This comic really does feel like Invincible some of the time, like especially when it comes to the violence. Invincible, like it really does feel like Ryan Ottley's doing Invincible again. There's also like some great. It's a lot. Actually, you know what? Let's get to the Hulk in the room. Yes, this is the comic where we get Titan, the new Hulk's Hulk, which I still don't know if I like it or not. Like, we only get Titan for a few minutes, and he is basically Doomsday with laser vision. That's all he really is just Doomsday with heat vision. That's really what we're going for here. And there's not really much to really talk about. And what unleashes Titan is we kind of hint at that we think in throughout Bruce's mind, he meets this ghost of Betty, like this version of Betty that is part of his psyche, trying to tell him to stop and calm down, just relax, let everything go. But then we come to find out that it is something darker, and by darker, it's hinted at that this is Robert Banner. This is his father. This is his father. Or it's something else. Like, it could be Titan. We don't really know. I know we get probably more answers in the Banner of War comic, but yeah. So this is a pretty fun Hulk-centric story. It's, like I said, the most violent Hulk-centric story. And it does end on a cliffhanger. That's the problem. There is a nice little free comic book day story of Hulk attacking AIM and fighting MODOK. Because it's always fun to see MODOK. It really is just really fun to always see old Big Head. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains. So to see MODOK anywhere, I'm like, yee, MODOK! And yes, I am excited to see him in Quantum Mania. Thanks for asking. So there is some really cool stuff, like the engine room basically creates constructs of different things in here. Like, there's classic monsters, there's the Marvel zombies, which is weird because they actually refer to them as Marvel Zombies. There's also, like I said, a giant 30-story Wolverine. There's also, like... Because they're all in different levels. Like, when Hulk's in that engine room, there's, like, different levels that Banner, like, pushes him into. So, level 9 is, like, the Kree, the Inhumans, and the Skrulls all united with the Shi'ar, as well as the Phoenix, Thanos, Adam Warlock, the Living Tribunal, and a hulked-out Galactus. It's insane. There's also, like, when Banner goes to this other Earth, he encounters, like, a mutant spider version of Peter Parker. It's crazy. This comic, the literally best word I can say is that this comic is just insanity incarnate. This is probably the most... It's not like body horror and deep thinking, although I do think Donny Cates will bust that out later on in the comic. But for what it's worth, yeah, this is damn good. This is a damn good opener. It's not trying to be Immortal Hulk, and I like that. It's trying to be its own thing, and I think it's going really well. And now I have to wait till October to get the trade of Banner of War, because now I'm going to be reading this along with and I have been collecting the Donny Cates Thor run, so I'm gonna have to wait till I still gotta get God of Hammers Volume 4, but anyway, that's another time. Anyway, so you guys, hope you all enjoyed this. Chris, I know you're watching. Thank you so much for this review. Hope you all enjoyed this review of Hulk. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. See you next time in the Multiverse.